Welcome back, everyone. We are on a wonderful adventure today in Okinawa, Japan. I am going to share all the fun details of our trip to help you plan yours, including a full room tour, food options, all the amenities, a few highlights of the surrounding area, with a few surprises along the way. Starting off with a few logistics, you're going to need to get into town from Naha Airport. There's a bus you can take which I believe will cost you roughly $9. Uber also works here, and around 3 p.m. it was going to cost me roughly $60 to get to the hotel. I decided to try one of the taxis waiting outside, and it ended up running me about $40, which is not bad for what ended up being around an hour ride with traffic. Also, if you're worried about communicating, just say American Village and they'll know where to go. When you get to the Vessel Hotel Campana Okinawa, you'll be greeted with a very friendly and for the most part English-speaking staff. They will have water, cold tea, beloved local shikuwasa juice, and a variety of popsicles for you. If you have goldfish brain like me, or you just love free hotel stuff, they have a pretty impressive selection of hotel amenities for you like washcloths, moisturizer, hair mask, razors, you name it. It was actually pretty fun trying some of the products out. And surprisingly, as someone who has crazy sensitive skin, I didn't have any issues. The lobby is also where you're going to come down for breakfast in the morning, which we'll get to in a bit. Now let's go check out the room. While we're headed to the room, let's talk numbers, shall we? The hotel rates vary daily like most places, and for the most expensive night we paid about $275 for a Sunday. Monday and Tuesday were about $163 per night, and Wednesday was about $209 per night. We also paid about $170 in total for taxes, and we booked through Expedia. These prices were for an annex non-smoking double occupancy room with a balcony view and included the breakfast buffet, which would run you, I think, roughly $13 separately. All right, we got fresh towels. All right, so here is the door we just walked in. Here, and this looks like the door is magnetic, and this is a magnet that you can put on the outside of your door when you want to get a few extra Z's. All right, you know the game. Is this the light? That's the light. We did it in one. Oh, this is one of these where you put your key card in to keep the lights on. So let's go ahead. Okay, I did it in that. Look how fast we figured that out. Okay, so here we are in the closet, and it looks like this is some sort of cleaning product. All right, so you have, looks like a shelf up here to put a few things. Honestly, my carry-on suitcase might fit up there, it's so small. And then you have a couple hangers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hangers. Oh, we got some slides. You know my big old fat feet are gonna hang right off the edge. I came in and threw my paraphernalia there, so usually it's not that bad. I brought those towels in. And then we have the 2 trash cans over here. So here they have garbage to burn. And then this trash can is for cans, bottles, and PET bottles. Well, rack here we have slippers. I love slippers, guys. Okay, so here's some instructions. Please use the slippers only inside the room. The sandals can be used outside the room, just like my house. All right, there's the mirror. I have been on a plane for many, many days, so please excuse my sloppy appearance. Okay, so let's do color again. We've got a really nice sink area out here. Got some towels. So they don't actually come and clean the room every day, but they do give you fresh towels every day, so that's why that bag was out there. Okay, there is a blow dryer, so now I feel stupid. If you watch that pack with me video, now I feel kind of dumb because I didn't see it, and now there's one and I packed one for no reason. Now I read that people liked all the products here, so I'm actually excited to try that. Okay, these are more lights over here. Okay, And I don't know why there's two separate beds. I don't know why that is, but sure. Now, I will say a lot of the hotels that we looked at when we were trying to book, I didn't see like how in the States we usually have like queen beds. Yeah, they look more like, I don't know, if I were to guess, I'd say this is maybe a twin XL. And then it seems like that size, it's like per person. So if we were to have 3 people in the room, we would have 3 separate twin XLs. It doesn't seem like it's like different based on if you're like a married couple or not. So it looks like there's some storage right here. I don't know, is this where I put my suitcase? That might be a good suitcase spot. Let's see what's in here. Oh guys, we got PJs in here. This is kind of awesome. Okay. So we've got this top with the logo on it. And then, so I think they come, do they just come mediums? Oh, male, female maybe? Maybe that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's the allotment, but these seem kind of like basketball shorts material, that kind of jersey fabric. These are pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I might have to go ahead and give those a try on. And they left that ajar for us to see, I believe. And then we have some more drawers over here. This is the safe. You know, I asked this in almost every video. I don't think anyone's answered me yet. Do you guys fully unpack, take all your stuff out and put it in the drawers, and then do you use the safe? I'm really curious about that. I don't think I've ever used the safe in a hotel room before. All right, let's see, down here, we have got some cups for tea. We've got, oh, a little mini ice bucket there, and that looks like a little tea kettle down there. That's pretty cool. It looks like this whole thing, oh, it looks like, let's open this more. It looks like they both slide out. That's pretty neat. That's a good storage solution. There you go. It's a better look at that. I need one of these at home. Oh, gotta make sure that's in all the way. There we go. Okay. Oh, and then this side we have a mini fridge. Okay. Looks like there's a little baby freezer area there too. Okay. Nice. Oops. Well, let's see what this button does. I don't know what that did. Was that maybe for like the fridge? Maybe that was for the mini fridge. Maybe it's like plugged into something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't read carefully. That's probably what that is. Yeah. Yep. I bet there's a plug back in there that you turn the plug on using this. Honestly, if I had read carefully, I'm sure I could have figured that out. Let's back up here so you guys can see the TV. So all of that stuff is up under the TV. Looks like we have some complimentary water, which excellent, because after all that flying, I am incredibly dehydrated. Okay, we have some remotes here. These are gonna be so fun to figure out. So this guy looks like it goes to the air conditioner right there. And you know what we like to do? You know we like to keep it cranked. I will say, I have been hot since I got here. It is, the last time we were in Japan, it was July, and I swore I would never come back in the summer. And it is May right now. And I was like, maybe it won't be so hot. I was hot, and I feel like nobody had the AC up all the way. They could have cranked it a little harder. So we have a notepad and a pen. And there is a phone right there. There's some hotel travel information. I think that's just a vent for the fridge. Okay, a little paperwork. There's some tissues. Okay, and we have some outlets.
And this, just like my Apple brick, fits in there just fine. I don't need a fancy adapter or anything. I think you would probably only need an adapter for here if you had like a 3-prong outlet. Okay, we've got a mirror. Oh, we have an old-fashioned clock. That looks like it's maybe for a Cat 5 cable. Yep, that's what that is. Okay, and that looks like a dehumidifier. And it has a little chair right here so you can sit there and get a little work done. There is free Wi-Fi here, which is awesome. There's a little area where you can sit and look at each other and talk. Although, I would argue, I would rather have bigger bed. Not a big deal, but I mean, this is a really nice room. I like it a lot. So here's a look at the decor from this angle. Zoom out a little so you can see. Beds. Okay. Let's come over here and see now. I don't know what this is about. We're gonna have to figure that out. This is a light. That looks like a light. Yep. That's kind of cool. Since we're on the beach, it looks kind of like a little lantern. This is probably, do I do it? That doesn't open. That's probably like an access panel. We had to do it though. I'm so curious. All right, let's see what this mattress is working with. Okay, so much better. The last time we were here, I swear I slept on plywood covered in a comforter, but that looks like that's actually going to be pretty comfortable. So I'll let you guys know after day 1 of sleeping. We have another lamp over here. We have more outlets and we have some USB outlets. There we go. And I think, yeah, you can get a choice of a pillow. So you can get different types of firmness, which is pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, there is a massage menu. Not gonna lie, I'm considering partaking. That sounds awesome. After the travel excursion that I have had, that might actually happen. Okay, entrance room. So these look like these are all the lights. Yep, that I pushed it and it turned off. Yep. So that's cool. So you can have some lights on and you don't have to get up to turn the light. Some hotels don't have that and you're like, oh no, I forgot to get back up. You have 2 more outlets over here. And I really like this ledge because your phone will fit up there perfectly. And your glasses. I hate when they don't have anywhere to put your glasses, guys. It's just like they forgot all about us as glasses wearers. Okay, let's look at the bathroom and then we're gonna go out and look at the balcony. Okay, here's a warning. Please keep door closed when using the shower to avoid setting off the fire alarm. Okay, that makes sense because that means it's probably very sensitive. Okay. And it looks like the light for the bathroom is on the outside. If you guys watched, I think we were in Lake Las Vegas, the Hilton, they did that too. All right, so we got, okay, there's a little bit of a step down here. I kind of almost tripped over it. I don't know what is in that box. We're gonna find that out together. But we've got toilet paper, fancy toilet instructions. Okay. Now, I'm a little rusty, but I believe one of those is Aoki and one of those is Chisai, which one of them means big and one of them means small. So, you know, do with that information what you will. We have 2 towels up here. And then the tub, it looks great. This is one of those fancy Japanese soaking tubs. That is pretty deep. I'm not much of a hotel bath person. Let me know down in the comments, do you guys take baths at hotels? This looks like a pretty nice, it feels really clean in here, but I read some Forbes article about how they don't clean bathtubs in hotels, and you know I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. All right, you know I love these. This is where you pull that and you bring it around town all the way over here, and it hooks in here, and then you can hang your wet swimsuits, which is fantastic because like I said, we are on the beach. We are directly on the beach, and I'll show you guys when we move into the lobby. I'll show you guys we have like direct access to the beach. That is a great shower head. This looks pretty cool. That's not in Freedom unit, so I think I'm gonna have to figure that out, but what a fun problem to have. Okay, so these are some of the bath products that I read a review and people said they really liked them, so I'm happy to try those out. All right, so that's the bathroom, and like I said, I do like that the sink is over here because one person can be showering and I can be brushing my teeth or doing my makeup or something. Oh, and there's more outlets here, so, and plenty of room for like a flat iron or a blow dryer, obviously. Okay, let's see what's going on outside. Oh, you know what? Hold on, I need two hands, I think. Yep, there we go. So the fixture up there is magnetic, so they don't like come apart. You know where people have to do that trick where you know, put the hanger there. Oh my gosh, it's like straight water. It looks like it slides open. Oh, I'm stupid. Hold on. How embarrassing. I'm not even gonna cut that out. Here it is. Okay. It's a little steamy out here. My glasses have fogged up. Okay. We are gonna go down there later and walk around. I'll give you guys a full tour of the property. All right, so we're back inside. So that is the room, and I'm gonna explore door a little bit more tomorrow. Well, maybe I'll take you guys with me if I go get something to eat tonight, but I am exhausted, and then we are back at square one. Hopefully I wasn't too wobbly for you guys. I'm by myself right now, so I don't have anyone to record me doing the bed test. So let's do it together. You ready? Let's do it. That's a little firm. All right. I've got pretty big feet and they kind of fit. I mean, if I was buying these in a store, I'd probably go up a half size, but I think this is good. All right, as you can tell, I have already rated the Lawsons. I got lots of beverages and snacks. Okay, I have to do this to you guys. I gotta show you what I got. So they gave me some chopsticks. Awesome. I got some kimchi because I gotta get my immune system back up. Let's see what else I got. I got one of these, just a plain kind of onigiri. I impulsed some donut sticks. I love like convenience store baked goods here. Pork and omelet onigiri. Purple yam is so tasty. This looks like it's in like a little tart shell. Okay guys, so if you watched that Epcot favorite non-festival snacks video I did, this is the bar that I ate basically for an entire month the last time I was here. And this is one of my favorite treats here. It's got the chocolate and the ice cream and the wafer and the logo that almost looks like the Jif peanut butter logo. But these are awesome, and it's not exactly the same, but there's kind of a similar version at the Japan Pavilion in Epcot, and that was one of my favorite kind of non-festival snacks I shared with you guys. I can't wait to dig into this. I smell like airport, but I almost don't care. I'm gonna down one of these before I get in the shower. Hallelujah. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. It's as good as I remember. Honestly, the difference to me is it's like the ice cream is really creamy. There's no like acidity to the chocolate. The chocolate itself has a really smooth, creamy consistency, and that outside shell has like the perfect crunch. You know what it's like? When you get an ice cream cone from McDonald's and you have that last little bit of ice cream cone and it's like crunchy on the outside, but the inner part is like a little bit soggy from ice cream, and you pop that last bite in your mouth. Yum. This entire ice cream sandwich tastes like that last bite of the McDonald's ice cream cone, but with Chucky on the inside. Okay, so while we're on the subject of food, I would be absolutely remiss if I did not talk about the breakfast buffet. If you paid for breakfast with your reservation, you'll get these little golden tickets to happiness. Pro tip here, the dining room is a decent size, but there can be a bit of a line around the buffet table, so try to get there early. This is the line we were in right before 7 a.m. when they were about to open. Like I said, there's plenty of tables, and if you get there early, you can grab a seat with a view. This isn't your typical yellow flower water cosplaying eggs next to suspiciously wet fruit and tiny weird meat patties. This is a smorgasbord of local favorites with a few Western options thrown in. The items change out daily, so it would be impossible for me to show you every single item, but I will show you a few of the greatest hits just to give you an idea. There's an espresso machine, a machine with orange juice, saipan or jasmine tea, the ever popular and delicious shikuwasa juice, or milk if you're into that. Okay, buckle in. We've got pork cutlet, Okinawan pork belly, curry, Japanese fried chicken, Okinawan seasoned rice, coffee jelly pudding, mackerel, corn potage, shrimp, sweet potato fritters, bamboo shoot salad, seaweed salad, burdock root salad, chocolate-filled mini donuts. Natto, side note here, have you guys ever tried this before? I know some people hate it, but I honestly didn't think it was that bad. A selection of baked goods like this cake with the chocolate and the tropical gelée on top, Okinawan brown sugar pudding, an entire DIY sashimi bar. I spent a lot of time over there. Tamago, almond pudding. Yeah, that's an edible flower on top. Squid fritters, tropical fruit jelly with real fruit inside, mango juice, strawberry-filled donuts, croissant, the most amazing tiramisu that had a layer of coffee jelly at the bottom, spinach-filled pastries. As you can probably guess, the poor buffet made absolutely no profit from my visit at all. They do also have some less adventurous options like spaghetti, chicken nugs, or waffles on the menu. You can also find Blue Seal ice cream, which is kind of a popular thing here, and you'll see several locations around town. We managed to try out Mango, Blue Wave, which is Ramune soda ice cream swirled with chunky pineapple ice cream, Almond Pistachio, and Okinawan Salt Cookie, which I think was my favorite. Okay, so now that we have pretty thoroughly talked about breakfast, let's talk about what to do about second breakfast, shall we? Or really some of the amenities that the hotel has to offer, starting with the Lawson on the first floor of the Annex building. It took me exactly 1 minute and 28 seconds to get from the front door of my room down to the convenience store, and they have all sorts of awesome snacks, ice cream, including my treat from earlier, alcohol, and necessities like phone chargers, personal products, or even souvenirs. They are open 24 hours, and it really comes in handy when you need something last minute or a midnight snack. It also came in clutch when I needed to get change for larger bills to support my growing capsule toy habit. Side note here, you will actually need a key card to get up to your room, so don't forget to bring it with you if you decide to make a quick snack run. And we have arrived. If you want to get something at Lawson that needs to be microwaved, you can do it there, or I found a little room in the hall that has one even closer to the room.
There's my room. So right here is another little room with ice machine, vending machine. And I know this looks crazy, but the water, for example, is $1.30 yen. If you hopefully can see that. It's jumping a little for me when I see it. It's they take card. I've had a little trouble getting some of these to work in the machine, so I typically have just been using cash. It's good that this is so close to the room. There's also a microwave up here, so if you go down to Lawson's and get one of those heat and eat kind of things, you can pop it in here and then go back to your room and eat.
Next up are the public baths.
Okay, so I just got back from the public bath here at the hotel. It is really awesome. There are 2 public baths. We're in the annex building. There's one here and one in the main building, which it's not like a far walk or anything. It's like you could see one door from the other, not super far. And then there's a private bath for women. So you go and you enter a special key code, and then after you enter the code, then you can go in and you will put your shoes in like a little cubby, and then there's a whole walkway of areas where you can, you know, freshen up, like there's a bunch of blow dryers available. So I feel even dumber that I brought a blow dryer because there's like blow dryers galore. I would have taken photos and videos, but they were very strict about not doing that. Even though I went kind of maybe like half hour, 40 minutes before they were closing, and there was actually nobody else in there. So I probably could have, but I just feel like, I guess I'm kind of being a stickler for the rules. I want to be able to go back tomorrow, not get kicked out or be called a perv or anything. So even though there was nobody in there. But so they have an area where you can freshen up with the blow dryers and such. So once you go through another set of doors, there's going to be a sauna available. And then there are 2 large infinity hot tubs. I mean, calling it a hot tub feels like rude. It's like, it's the size of like 2 small swimming pools. They are both at 40.1 degrees Celsius. Editing Lauren will do that math for you. So they're both at 40.1, and there is one that is just plain water, and there is a second one that is actually, it looks kind of pink, and the whole thing is hibiscus scented. It is absolutely amazing. I think I tried the regular one, but I sat in the hibiscus one for most of the time that I was in there. It was awesome. Smells really good. My skin feels nice and soft. And then there is actually a cold plunge in there. And that was, when I go back, I'll remember the temperature. I wore a swimsuit because I'm from Pilgrim Land, I guess. And I didn't think about it, but I guess you don't have to. I think later one other person came in and they did not have a swimsuit on. So there's no shoes in the whole area back there. There's a little tag you can put on them with a number. They also have lockers available that are at no charge. And so you'll put your bag, I had a backpack. You'll put your bag into a cubby, and then there's a little key that's in there. You'll lock it, and then the key stays with you. It's on like a little kind of coily elastic that goes on your wrist. And you are okay to get in the pool with that, get in the sauna, and then when you're ready to go, you can just go get your things. There are towels available for free down there, and then you don't need to bring them back to your room. They will be returned in a bin down there. Oh, and then they have all the way surrounding the whole area, they have maybe like 15 different kind of open shower stalls with lots of the hotel amenities in there. So there's soap, shampoo, everything. So they do ask that you kind of wash yourself before you get in there, but absolutely amazing experience. I spent so much time really digging into the breakfast buffet this morning. So because I did that, I was a little short on time for the hot tub. So I'm gonna get up a little earlier tomorrow, but I was so tired this morning that I just could not get out of the bed, which even though I hopped on it yesterday and was like, it's kind of hard, actually it was kind of just right. So maybe they're onto something over here with a harder bed. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get changed. Then I think we're gonna do a little exploring. I grabbed a soda from the vending machine, which I'm gonna be doing a lot of because I just like trying new things. So one thing I didn't realize is that the fragrant bath that I was in with the hibiscus water, it looks like it's only at the annex, which is the building that we're in right now.
Another great amenity to explore is the rooftop pool. It's about 1,200 yen for adults and 600 yen for kids, or half price if you go between 8 and 11 a.m. There are changing rooms, free lockers, and also showers available once you scan your card. You'll pay for pool access in the lobby, then they'll give you a separate card to scan up here on the 12th floor of the annex. Once you pay up, you'll find a kiddie pool, a hot tub, and an infinity style pool. There are some pool toys and life vests for kids available, as well as unlimited free soft drinks. If you come at night, you get some especially beautiful views of the city. And if you're looking for a dip at the beach, I don't think you can get much closer.
I just walked outside. How cute. It's a good little photo spot over here.
There's even a little foot wash station here before you come back into the hotel from the beach.
So that is where we came from. We are up on the 8th floor. Just for a little wayfinding. And we're right on the beach, guys. All right, let's go find a little seat and enjoy our ice cream.
If you're curious about the local area, there is really a lot to do and see within walking distance. As soon as you're out of the lobby in the front of the hotel, you'll be right in the heart of American Village, which FYI has free Wi-Fi. This is a large outdoor mall-type tourist attraction that has floor after floor of restaurants and shopping. I'll speed through a little walkthrough of some of the parts for you just to show you what it looks like, then I'll give you a few recommendations of places we liked. Bollywood Dreams is an Indian restaurant that is so good, I honestly forgot to even take any video. This is probably some of the best food I have ever eaten in my life, and if you love well-seasoned, spicy, aromatic, high-quality food at good prices, I would make this a priority when you're in town. This is also a good option if you have a vegetarian in your group. If you want a few quick local beers, Irish Pub Howdy has okay prices and is open later than a lot of other places. We had the Yuzu Lager and the Michinoku Red Ale, which we both really enjoyed. The yuzu flavor really popped in that lager, and the red ale had a nice light malty flavor.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
The bar was a combo of friendly locals and tourists, and I think this would be a great place to watch the free Saturday night fireworks out on the balcony. They also have some fun table games if you're in the mood for a completely unhinged game of Jenga. Double Decker Bar we found to be both exceptional in drinks and in service. The bartenders were happy to walk us through a few local specialties. We obviously had to get an Orion Lager since it's a locally brewed favorite. We really wanted to try Awamori, which is a liquor unique to Okinawa, so we got it both on the rocks and in a cocktail. By itself, it's hard to describe because I don't really feel like I have a good frame of reference, but it's incredibly smooth and has kind of an earthiness that fades into a slightly sweet aftertaste. This cocktail was a real winner. Not too sweet, the blackcurrant and shikuwasa flavors are the real stars, and the ginger beer is just giving a little bit of kick, and I can tell there's alcohol in the drink, but everything goes together so well. For me, it's hard to pull the awamori flavor out since it's the mellowest profile in the bunch. All the stars, come check this place out if you need to wet your whistle. If you need a good base for all that awamori, Shisa Pan Mia has the most adorable filled dough treats. Really similar to taiyaki, but shaped like Shisa, the guardian deity here in Okinawa. We grabbed the sweet potato and the custard cream flavors. I would ask for these crispy, and our favorite was for sure the sweet potato. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks, but also I have a little treat for you. If you keep walking along the beach south of the hotel towards the stadium, you'll find both the Cat Beach, which is exactly what it sounds like, and the Goat House, which also houses a giant tortoise. Yeah, you're welcome to feed them, but there is a sign asking that you don't overfeed them. Southeast of American Village is the Ion Shopping Mall, which is a great place to get your capsule toy fix, have some fun in the arcade, or enjoy a wide variety of prepared foods in the supermarket. So I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. I know I just touched on the surface of all the things there are to do or try in the area, but this video is already way longer than either of us wanted it to be. Hopefully you guys will stick around and continue to follow my adventures in Japan. Until next time, go forth, be kind, be creative.